Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we continue. So we talked about emphasis and we talked about balance or composition. So now I'm going to finish off the last ones: movement, repetition, rhythm, harmony, unity, and variety. Okay, let's get this started. So let's start with movement, ladies and gentlemen. So movement in art and or design refers to whether something is moving, and there is many different ways you can create a movement, as you can see, right? Over here we have like some nice swirly lines, for example, that we can follow, suggesting that things are moving, right? Another way to do it is to just break it up into little parts that could create movement. Another thing is by making things lean a little bit, right, and making sure it's a asymmetrical composition. Same here, we got like some diagonal lines in here going, right? So those are all things you already sort of know, right? Over here we also have movement, a lot of little lines scribbling, moving around, right? Same here, asymmetrical composition, and we got a little bit of diagonal in there, right? That's really key. If you want to create movement, you have to make sure things are asymmetrical and things are a little bit off angle, right? So I'll give you one super quick example. If I draw for you this, then this is like a little palm tree, like voila, see, simple, nothing seems to be moving, everything is steady, right? If I were to lean it ever so slightly, like let's say like this, and I put the leaves like maybe a little bit more on this way, then you're gonna say, okay, I guess there's a little bit of wind, right? Now I can keep on going like this, and the more off angle I will go, the more it will look like there's going to be a lot of movement, right? Here, can bring it down all the way over here. Now we have a hurricane. Oh, that's a little bit too wobbly, sorry. Weeps. Now we have like a hurricane, you know, like everything is going, there should be some stuff in the air, I guess, right? So that is movement, right? So think about it. If you want to create movement, make sure that you come up with a composition that is a little bit asymmetrical. Because if I go and, for example, go back to this painting over here, which got like a nice diagonal line in it, the way she's moving. If I then frame it like this, that's not really gonna help, right? Because then I try and put her in the center. That's gonna look a lot less interesting. If I put her like this, then when I give her a little bit more space and make her a little bit more asymmetrical, even this would work, see? Because he's a little bit off. But if I put her exactly in the middle, yeah, that kind of looks boring, right? So keep that in mind. The way you frame it is also very important, right? So if you want to use create movement, make sure your composition works to create movement and make sure it is off balance. The more off balance your object is, the more you can suggest something is moving. Awesome. Okay. Next one. Next one's going to be these two. It's going to be repetition and it's going to be rhythm. Well, for repetition is very easy. If you keep on using the same thing, you're using repetition. In this case, I am repeating, or the painter is repeating the same character with the hat, and he's flying all over the sky, right? And we also have some repetition in the windows. So repetition, if you use something, yeah, the same. In this case, we have repetition in both the oval shapes, but also in the colors. The colors come back in several places, right? In this one, we also have repetition. Here we have repetition in the lines, right? And repetition in the black and in the white. This one also have repetition. It used the same colors. It used the same sort of like little shapes, right? This one also, this is just giving me the same little buildings over and over again. So repetition also is a little bit, think of things that have a pattern. Well, the next word is a word in art that you should also know, and it's called rhythm. Now, I'm going to be completely 100% honest with you. I do not, nor have I ever, in my experience as a art student or art teacher, ever used the word rhythm to describe things, because I prefer to say that there is repetition, right? Because if you say there is a rhythm to something, then basically you say that it has something to do with sound or music, right? Now, I don't know if maybe some people have this, but I don't. I do not look at, for example, this picture over here and then say, okay, look at this beautiful rhythm that I can follow and it feels like it's music to me. It's not the way for me, the way it works, right? So when they mean a rhythm, it means something that you can follow, like maybe you can follow like some sort of pattern, like it gets on getting smaller. But I personally just would say we have repetition, right? I think it sounds a little bit fancy to say, look at this painting, there's such a nice rhythm to it. Yeah, I don't know, I would say, look, there's a lot of repetition. Same for these, right? So repetition and rhythm kind of go hand in hand, right? So that is repetition and rhythm. Good. Then next one I want to show you is going to be this one. It's going to be variety. Well, variety means the following thing. Variety means if there is a lot of something, a lot of different things, a lot of something, a lot of, let's just say different things. That's better. A lot of different, with double F, things. So if there are a lot of different things, there is a big variety. So for example, if you look at these pencils, then the pencils are all the same. The form of the pencils is all the same. So in this case, we do not have a lot of variety of different forms. In this case, we have a variety of different colors, right? That makes sense? So variety if there's a lot of different things. Now I give you 3 different examples over here. 1, 2, 3. And just quickly discuss it. So if I were to look at this painting, then I'd ask myself, are there a lot of different things in here? Well, I don't really think so. There is some trees in here, there is a yellow background in here, there's 2 people in here. I would not say there is a huge variety of different things. It's not super important for this artwork. If I look at this artwork and you ask me, is there a variety of different things? Well, there is not that many different things, but there is definitely a lot of different type of, I guess, suggested people, right? So there's not a huge different amount of colors, there's not a huge different amount of different types of lines. There's like, you know, like it's very similar, but there's a lot of variety in all the different like little scribble directions, I would say. There's like lots of little like, am I drawing on this? I am too low. There's a lot of little, you know, different directions and scribbles.
So please review that information because it will affect a few people. So again, please review that information and it becomes effective at 10:30 today. Thank you.
Oops, that includes me, guys. Let us super quickly check this. Okay, this is correct. Okay, so there's a variety of different little scribblies, I think. Well, this one has a huge variety of different things because here I have like lots of different colors. I have people, I have lots of things. I got like stop buying hug wigs and something. There's like so much going on. So this artwork have a huge variety of different things. So that is what I would use the word variety for, right? So this one, no. This one, I guess, in lines. This one, I guess, in like everything. There's lots of things here, right? Okay, so that brings us to the last one, and that is a very interesting one because that one is harmony. Unity and harmony, right? Unity means that everything is connected with each other, and harmony also means that everything is happy and connected with each other. For example, look, if you put a yellow square into a black square like this, it feels nice. Everything is in balance. There is harmony, right? This one too. When there's harmony, things feel like they belong to each other. If there is no harmony like this, then it feels uneasy or a little bit stressed. It's like the things inside are fighting for attention. It doesn't really work, right? So if you're trying to create art, you're trying to find a good balance between all the different elements, the compositions, the colors, the emphasis, all those things. If all those things work well together, then everything is in balance, which means you have unity because everything is united, and you can also say everything is in harmony and everything is happy together. See? This looks super nice, everything is happy. Look. This looks nice, everything is happy. This looks nice, everything works well together, everything feels like it belongs, right? Same here. Everything feels like it's the perfect color and thing and size, everything works together, right? That is harmony. So harmony, super important. I'll show you lots more examples. Look, same over here. If we look at this top painting here on the left, it feels nice. Everything feels like it's happy together, it's nice balance. Same here. Everything feels nice together, right? Same here. Everything feels like it's nice, everything feels like it belongs together, everything is good, right? Harmony. So this one too, look. This one have nice harmony, see? Everything seems to belong, everything is happy. So now I'm going to ask you to look at this one. Is this one in balance with each other? I don't think so, right? If I compare the one on the left to the one on the right, the one on the left has a lot more harmony, right? This one, the second one, does not have the same amount of harmony, and I will try and show you why, right? Here, the plants or the trees, like, do I do a new layer? Yeah, here, look. This, oh, sorry. Here we go. This and this is pretty close together, right? Here is close. Here is really dark and then really bright, and that really separates it. Here it kind of flows into each other, got a nice flow together. Here it really is like one border next. It's not really connected too much, right? So there's less harmony in this one. Now, also this one is more interesting on the left hand side, because here we got like some nice different big brush strokes going in all kinds of different ways, where here we got like these really tiny ones going, right? And then the ones here are bigger again. So when you're drawing something with multiple layers, you try to do big lines and then you go thinner and thinner for distance. And that is happening a little bit here with the brush strokes too. By putting in some nice big brush strokes in the front, it's not so bad that they're also a little bit bigger in the back. It kind of helps, right? So are we able to fix this? Well, let's think about it. Maybe if we make this a little bit less dark, it might be able to be saved a little bit. Let's try. Here. Go up top, please. Here. Let's see if we can create again a little bit of harmony in here. Let's see what happens if we do the whole thing. That is too much. Well, let's erase a little bit too, maybe here. Oops. A little bit better, right? We're not totally there yet, but you can see it already starting, see the tree, if I uncover too much of the tree, it becomes too poppy, right? But you can see it feels a little bit more balanced and a little bit more in harmony like this than without. That's too big of a difference, right? And this one also have a problem over here, because this one doesn't really connect, right? There's like no true harmony between the bright colors and the rest of the painting, because basically it looked like it's a really dark day, because the trees are very dark currently, like these trees are all super dark over here. Yeah, these are super dark, and then this is super bright, right? So that doesn't really connect somehow. So maybe if we were to add a little bit more, let's see if this will work. Oh, it's way too big. Let's see if we were to add like a little bit lighter stuff over here instead of that really dark stuff. Oops. This also doesn't like, I don't really understand why there would be like yellow in the middle here, because I probably want to have this be water. That makes like maybe a little bit more sense. But look, I'm trying to bring back a little bit of harmony over here. See? Make sure that the ones in the distance are like a little bit more soft and a little bit more bluish. See? And then get rid of all these like really dark spots, because I feel it's too dark for it to kind of work together. You can see, if I were to spend like a good amount of time on this, I don't understand this. This also doesn't make any sense. Look, over here is like this color, this one, that is nowhere else in the whole painting, right? So if you add only one blob of color in one spot and nowhere else, then it doesn't, yeah, it stands out too much, right? So we definitely got to get rid of that. And then I guess this pink is also a little bit too pinkies. So we're gonna get rid of some of this pink too. And then you can see we can make it a little bit more harmonious. See, a little bit more than it was. It's not perfect yet, but it will just take time, right? So harmony, super important. See, this is the thing without harmony. This is me slowly trying to make it a little bit more harmonious and balanced together, right? Okay, then show you one more thing, last thing, then I'm done. Look, this is a person, his name is this, Chris Austin Art. He makes art like this. He makes drawings and paintings, mostly of forests, and then he usually likes to put in some like sharks, and they look really cool. Look, this is very nice. It's a little gauze painting. Then this is also very nice. Look, he puts in this beautiful shark with these like birds flying in the trees, right? It's super nice. Everything is very harmonious and it works well together, right? Then this one also works nice together, see? And this one sort of also works pretty nice together, right? But then recently he made this thing, see? And this have zero harmony, ladies and gentlemen. This does not work, right? So what doesn't work in here? Well, let's think about that for a second, because what is not working here? Well, what's not working is many different things are not working, right? So the styles here are not consistent, right? The style in which he paints all the leaves and the trees is different than the style he's using to try and make this octopus, right? The trees look very real and quite organic, where this octopus looks very cartoony, right? So those styles really do not mix well, right? Now, another thing that is difficult for him is he's struggling with the light. Look, here he's got these beautiful light spots on top of the shark, of the sun coming through the the clouds, right? Same here. We got like nice light on top of the shark. Here we got beautiful light on top of the shark. Same here. He is not able to produce that in here, right? So this has no harmony and no unity because the things do not connect together, right? That is important. Unity and harmony are so important because they make things look good, right? So we can go to basically any of our previous drawings and we can mess them up, right? For example, here is some nice harmonious paintings, right? It's all very nice. So if we were to just grab like a little bit of a color that doesn't fully belong, let's go here, try and throw in some colors that do not belong, then it's no longer gonna work. See here, weeps. Oh, it kind of works actually. Weeps, it's actually quite nice. Ooh, what a beautiful harmony. But what have I done now? I have now put the emphasis on here. See, this has become now the most important. If I were to break the style, for example, then you'll see that's gonna make it weird. Look, if I were to now, for example, start doing some lining here, like this, do some like black lines, then you can see this no longer is working together with the rest of the painting, right? Because I have broken the harmony by creating a different style. See, it doesn't work. So keep that in mind. Harmony and unity, super important, right? If you change things, it's gonna be weird. Here, throw in maybe here some red. It's difficult to, when you do this for a long time, it's difficult to make it wrong. Because it goes against what you practice to do. Weep. Put in a little bit of dark red. That actually looks pretty interesting. But we can do it better. Oh, here. This is what we'll do. Here, I'll show you. Oops. That does not look very harmonious, right? That does not belong together anymore, right? That really stands out. Okay, awesome. So those are your design principles, right? So I have explained to you all of the different design principles, and for our next lesson we're going to apply these design principles by looking at a piece of artwork and then breaking it down into all tiny pieces, all the elements and design principles, and then we're going to explain how an artwork works and what doesn't work on it, and it's going to make you really appreciate and understand how things are created, and it's going to teach you so much, because then you can say, okay, you know, this is my painting, what can I do to make it work? Well, you know now what to do to make it work. Okay, thank you very much and see you next time.